Perfect. It's like I've been doing this. It's like I've been playing this game. It's like I've been working for the railroad. All right, turn that off. Turn those off. This is already full up. All right, so let's turn this in now that the job is done and parked. And get our, I don't know, should be 12K? Almost 11K. 11K. 4.5. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so let's see what this new job. Well, it's only 136 tons, so 9 grand. It's not going to break the bank. What time is it? A little afternoon. Looks like things are clearing off. Sounds like it's still raining. No, I appreciate it, Live. Thank you very much. And thanks for doing the moderation thing. That's awesome. All right, so let's just put this aside for a moment. So we're going to take this load out to Iron Mine West, and I think everything's straightforward because we just backed everything in. So we're just going to go straight on out into Iron Mine West. Then we're going to come down here. We're going to make a right. Oops. We're going to make a right, come down this track to Oil Refinery. When we come through Oil Refinery, we want to make a left down this track into Forest Central. Then we'll come to here. We're going to want to make another left, which is already set. And we're going to want to make another left, come up this way into Steel Mill. And we're going to stay left. And we're going to make a right and go into Oil Well North, do a circuit around Oil Well North, and then come back out and go to Goods Factory and drop this off. So our first destination, well, let's just check Machine Factory. We are here in the B yard. We're on the way out here. That'll take us through here, and all of these are going in our direction, so that's not a big deal. Now, Iron Mine East. No, Iron Mine West is a straight through B yard. So let's make sure we're going to the right and then to the left, and that'll take us straight through on the tracks. Now, the next stop is Oil Refinery, and we're coming in from this side. We have the option to go through the B yard, except I think the B yard up here is usually full. So we need to come down. So we need to stay left here. We're going to want to make a right there to bring us down this track and then on our way out. That's perfect. Forest Central. We come in from here and we're just going to drive through. What's the B track look like? All right. Oh, this is not a numbered track, so there shouldn't be anything on it. So we're going to leave it alone. Right, left. Perfect. Straight on through. Next stop is Steel Mill, which we have to go through. Steel Mill, we're coming in from this side, so check the B track. And we need to go right and left. Correct, right, stay to the right, stay to the left, and then straight on through. And Oil Well North, we're going to do the circuit around, turn around, and come through. So we want to hit here, and we want to go to the right. Go through the C yard. which we want to stay right and left. That'll take us through. Then we want to go back, and we want to stay to the right. That'll take us around the outside track all the way out. And then we'll have to set some other switches when we're stopped in here before we leave to get us back to goods factory. All right, so it looks like our route is planned. Everything looks good. Okay, so turn that off. What am I doing? Turn that off. Perfect. All right, so we are good. Let's make sure we have a full tank of fuel. So let's pay off our fees. Oop. Confirm. So we'll pay that one. And then that one. Yes, I'm aware of that. All right, so now we're full up on fuel, and all of that is good. One last thing here. Let's get things started up. We'll be driving from here. That's cut out. Perfect. Set that. We're not really, I mean, we're kind of on the clock, but we're not really going to make it anywhere in the kind of time that they want us to do. So we're not going to worry about it. All right, so we're going to take this to goods factory in town the long way. And it drops off at D5I, which we will set up later on. All right, we are no longer switching, so we'll turn off our little blinky light. Let's just make sure that this is linked, and it is, just in case we need it. All right, kids. The door is open. I'm going to say it's loud in here. Spun the tires a little bit. It's not raining, but it's still some condensation on the way. Actually, it is still raining. That's fine. Yeah, I processed the job. It's right here. Ta-da! But thank you for the reminder. I have done my share of take trains off the property and not properly process the job. Yes, stealing product. All right, so this is all new track. We haven't been this way. I am winding up the motor. And it's a downhill. We don't need to kill ourselves. Well, I do try and take something, so I at least am paying for my fuel. What's the speed through here? 10? Okay. I'm going to have to keep an eye on stuff because I'm not as familiar with these tracks. But typically, if you keep it around 45, 50, you'll be fine. 8. Get the engine brake happening in here. There's a switch off track a little further down here to the left that takes you to where the micro shunter is. It's a kind of a POS. We have 50. Okay. Apply a little brake. Track's wet, so you don't get as much traction. I could lay down some sand if I really needed to, but now there's an okay, so this is the switch behind us to the left there. That'd take you to the micro shunter. This is the track that comes out of the coal power plant. That meets up with this track here and then heads to the mine. And there is an uphill section at the mine, so you don't want to be too slow, but it's there to kind of slow you down, give you a controlled, because it's mostly downhill here. Take the engine brake off. See, it's uphill again. The switch detector is telling me that my next switch is set to go to the right, and I think that is correct. Yeah. And everything was set to go straight ahead, so that is perfect. I'm going to apply some brake here. Take an Explorer around Oil Well or Iron Mine West. And while that is happening, All right, so while that is happening, we've slowed down, let us check out where these might be. So there's one location, there's a couple locations to our left. And I think one of them was here, where this piece of junk there. The other one is on the other side of this loading. Up, 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 up. Look at that. Hello, baby. Hello. Oh, you are so broken. All right, so we found the DE2. Huzzah. This is good. All right, so that's the Hulk of the DE2. Let me just pull that up and make a note of that. I'm doing that off channel here. So when we actually do this, I will probably cut this out. Hello. All right, DE2 is at Iron Mine West. Behind the round table. Perfect. Okay. Back to the game. All right, so eventually, once we get the museum license, we can come back, grab this, fix it up, and then it'll be our own special DE2. So that's exciting. All right, so there is one more location here, just to make sure there isn't more than one here, which has happened. But that should be right about this first switch. Yeah, it should be right in here somewhere. Behind the bushes, over the hillside. Nothing? Bueller? Okay. Well, we found one. That's awesome. That is good news. All right. Oh, so there's a few buildings here. There's the big mill building there where it transfers the iron to the cars. And the office is right down here. As you come in from Machine Factory, it'll be on the right-hand side. And it looks like that. And we can't take anything else. But these are all loads that go to where else? The steel mill. Where else do you take iron? All right. So, bathroom, little bunk room, that's where the couch is. There's no shop here, just little mine stuff. There will always be a steam locomotive here. I don't think I've really. I ran into the roundhouse, but there's usually always a steam locomotive here. I have not been in any games that have had anything but. All right. But you need this to turn your locomotives around if you pull in here and you need to go back out the other way. So you need the round table. And then that's it. The loading track is all the way over here on the left as you come in. Even though it looks like there's two loading areas, there's only this one. And the controller is here, at least for right now. And as far as I know, there's no passenger station, passenger track here. Actually, this third track looks like it's also for loading and unloading. All right, so let's keep moving. The rain may have stopped. All right, so let's get back settled in. And away we go. Any questions? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You learn very quickly. All right, so now we are heading out of Iron Mine North, and we're going to take the north route all the way down to this Y, and then scoot back to oil refinery. Hope I get enough momentum, because we have an uphill road. But we're in a go up gear, so that'll be good.